Okay, I'm going to get to it. So if you're watching on the replay, hello. If you're watching me live, hello. I'm Ebonie Allard, and I am a misfit turned maven. I'm an author, a coach, a podcast host, and I'm founder of the Misfit to Maven Way. And the Misfit to Maven Way is built up of 3 separate parts or components. And the first one is that journey from misfit to maven, which is really about learning how to shift your perspective, learning how to shift your focus, learning how to see multiple options in any given situation. So instead of feeling stuck and overwhelmed, instead of feeling like you have no choice, recognizing and ending up in a place where you know you belong, where you know you have multiple choices, and being able to see what those choices are in any given moment. So that's a misfit to maven journey, that first step. Within the greater misfit to maven way, the next step is really taking responsibility. It's adulting. It's going from knowing that you have choices and options to really taking responsibility for your reality, really understanding that you are the co-creator of your experience and that so much is available to you. So that second step is really what I want to talk about today, is adulting. And I want to talk about it specifically around surety. Because if you haven't seen already, I have a program out at the moment. It's a brand new program called Your Thing, Sure Thing. And it's for people who are ready to get their shit together. It's for people who are ready to take control of their life, take life by the horns or the handles, and actually go for a ride with it. Actually live into every corner. And in order to truly experience abundance, in order to truly experience that ride, in order to truly be an adult, there is really a bunch of things that you get to do which allow you to express and experience all of your wildness and all of your responsibility. And it's that duality that allows us to adult. It's that duality that allows us to have a really kick-ass and kind life where we're able to take care of ourselves, to have a really nice time, to be the best versions of ourselves and have fun, whilst also really helping other people, really showing up in the world, being an advocate for the things that we care about, and for being inclusive and inviting everybody in and taking care of our planet. So if you're watching this on the replay and that is you, that is someone who you want to be someone who's kick-ass and kind, if you want to be someone who is adulting, who is having fun, having really wild and has free time, is able to relax and, really be themselves, but also take care of the world, take care of each other, get shit done. If that is you, then please send me some love, send me some likes. Hey, if you're watching in the replay, if you just joined me, I've seen someone else has just joined us live. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about surety. So, what is being sure, though? And will you ever be sure, though? These are some of the questions that I've got from the applicants of Your Thing, Sure Thing. They're like, I want to come and join you, but will I ever be sure of myself? Will I ever be sure about anything? Or they're saying, I don't have the time for this, or they're teetering around and asking lots and lots of questions, but not actually committing, not actually finding that energy of commitment and going, you know what, I'm all in. Now, step 1 in being sure is taking a punt on something and committing to it and going all in. You don't see sure people going, but I don't know, should I do this, should I not do this? Weighing up the options, doing a little bit more research, getting really in their head about it. What sure people do is they listen to their heart, they listen to their guts, they listen to their head, and they make a decision. And the thing is, you can be sure. You can be sure about everything and still be open to change, still be open to weighing up the different information as and when you get it and going on a different course or making a different move or choosing a different reality. So teetering on the edge is not something that sure people do. Changing their minds, not committing to anything, being really vague, seeing how it pans out, allowing an opportunity to disappear from them. It's not what sure people do. So if you're someone who is looking to feel confident, to feel sure, it starts with making commitments. It starts by taking a punt on something and on yourself. And in this instance and with this course, it means taking a punt on this course, taking a punt on me and going, you know what? it's going to be fun regardless, or I'm going to learn something regardless, or I'm ready. And then let me take care of the rest, because I'm sure that you're going to get the results that you want. I'm sure that this is the right thing for you if you're ready to find your own inner surety, to know who you truly are and be good with that. When I looked up, like, what does sure mean? What is a sure thing? People the things that kept flying around, why it's like a hell yes, or it's of course, or it's having extreme confidence. It's no ifs, no buts, no excuses. That's what surety is. And if you're someone who would like to be someone who can make decisions in that way, who says, yeah, of course, or has a hell yes or a hell no, if you're someone who has an opinion, then it starts by making this decision and being that person now, deciding that you want to be someone who is sure. Will it work for me? How can I be sure that it will work for me? You can be sure that it will work for you if you go in with the right attitude, whether you go in with an attitude of, this is going to be awesome, this is going to work. I am sure that I am going to learn the exact things that I need to learn from this scenario, from this situation. Or I am sure that I am fun, therefore everything that happens to me in this situation or in this environment is going to be fun. Can you see how that works? Give me a yes if you do. Yeah. So what does being sure give you? Being sure that frees up space. It gives you clarity. It gives you access to courage, because clarity on its own isn't enough. If you're not taking action, if you're not moving forward, if you're not doing something with that surety, hey, if you just joined me, then you aren't actually sure and you're not going to see the results. You're going to stay in that same place of teetering back and forth and not moving forward and not changing and not having the breakthroughs and only ever living a surface life. And if you're sure that you want to live a deeper life, hey, Tessa! So good to see you and love that you've just joined. Do watch from the beginning when you get a chance. I'm also going to just sum up what I was talking about. So surety, it is, what is it all about? It's having a deep sense of knowing, making a decision, committing to something, not teetering around, not going, oh, I don't know, and then letting that opportunity disappear. It's knowing that you are fun, therefore wherever you go, you're going to have a fun and good time. Knowing that what you put in, you'll get out. Knowing, of course, or hell yeah, or having extreme confidence about the experience that you're about to enter. And that if that's something that you want, if you want to feel that way, then it starts by making a decision and making a commitment that you want to be sure. And in order to be sure, you need to know what you stand for. You need to know who you are. You need to know what you're about, what you value, what matters for you, what you will fight for, what you love for. And the more you have awareness, the more you can be sure. And the other bit of work that we really get to do as we're taking responsibility, as we're stepping into this adulting, which again, remember, adulting for me and in the context of my work is about owning all of your wildness, all of your playfulness, your silliness, your childlike naivety, and your responsibility and your duty and your truth at the same time. When you have those things, you can have such a rich human experience. It is all available to you, but you have to jump in. You can't have that while you're teetering around on the edge and not moving and not going anywhere, because the ride is happening over here somewhere where people are sure that they want to opt in, that they want to have a go. And as you start to make this journey into surety, your shadows are going to come up. Your stuff is going to come up. The things that you've been choosing not to look at and not to listen to and not to see are going to come up. And the thing is, when people talk about the shadows, they think, oh, it's all this uncomfortable stuff and it's dark and it's bad. And the truth is, so much of your gold is in there. And so the process of adulting is recognizing your challenges and your strengths. It's recognizing who you are when you are lit up and coming into that place where you are truly you. And one thing that you can be sure of is that you will always be you. And your identity is fluid, and you get to change it, and you get to step into different parts of it and experience them and explore them and be them in the world. And I've lost my train of thought and can't remember all of the things that I said I was going to talk about in terms of surety. So one of the things that comes up sometimes when people want to know about surety, or they're thinking about coming to join this program, which is about having surety, having confidence, being yourself, being okay with all of yourself, is they're worried that they're going to be arrogant, or they'll be too confident. And being sure and knowing that you are a sure thing is, as Tessa puts it, a quiet confidence. It isn't about bulldozing into a room, because that is not allowing everybody else their sovereignty too. It's about listening twice as much as you talk. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for that reason. It's about feeling and reading the situation and the room and really tapping into your inner wisdom, using your head and your heart and your gut, listening to your body and taking action, mobilizing when it feels good to do so, even if it's scary, even if fear is there. And when we step into the reality of being sure that life is worth living, that risks are worth taking, if they feel right, if they feel good, then we're really living. Then so much more is available to us. And this isn't just about you, it's about sharing your gifts with the world, sharing all of the parts of you that you perhaps have felt uncomfortable to share previously. It's about using your voice, learning what your voice is. And of course, you won't have any of this stuff necessarily now, and you're not going to do it all in one go. That's why it's a process. That's why it's a process of exercises and challenges and things that I'm going to share with you and give to you. So if you're someone who is looking for confidence, who feels like everything would be different and there would be more available to them if they were a confident human, then this program, Your Thing, Sure Thing, is for you. You know, I am someone who spent most of my life feeling shy, feeling different, feeling like my voice wasn't welcome, like I had nothing to say, or that I was too much, that I was too loud, that my opinions were too hard, that they were antagonistic for no reason, all of that stuff. And all of it is stories. So if we're in this work, what we get to do is we get to unpick those stories and look at what of it belongs to you, what of it is other people's, what do you want to reclaim, who do you want to be now? And you get to choose. You get to choose. And the people that are really going to love this program, as we did a poll the other day, are probably ENFPs, probably people, or INFJs, or INFPs as well. So intuitive people, people who are to some degree really, really good at championing and campaigning for others, who can see in other people their strengths and their weaknesses, who can be kick-ass and kind, who can cheerlead and challenge in other people, but perhaps find it difficult to know where they stand. Perhaps you're a chameleon, and often you find yourself blending in with the room and with the opinions of other people, and you want to know what your thing is. Then this is the program for you. So I hope that this has been helpful. If I haven't answered questions, or if you've got anything else about what is it to be sure, then please ask me. Then, what is it like to know that your thing is a sure thing in a business context, in a relationship? There are so many angles. When we have this self-confidence, when we take responsibility for our reality, when we stop blaming other people or blaming our circumstances, when we step out of the drama, we step out of looking to be rescued or persecuting other people or feeling like we're being persecuted, then we can truly live, then we can truly have fun, we can get on with the business of living, of being ourselves, of doing the things that light us up, of exploring the world, of travelling, of painting, of writing, of living, whatever it is that you want to do. Once this work is done, that you can do that. And if you haven't done this work, if you haven't looked at your shadows, if you haven't owned your parts, if you haven't become whole, if you aren't sure of who you are, then it's never going to feel like enough. Then you're going to always be looking outside for validation. You're going to always be looking outside for permission or approval. Nothing is ever going to feel good enough, and you're going to continue to strive and continue to work and be following people and things and feel overwhelmed and sad and lost when they leave or when they change or when they dissolve. And you will feel like you've been broken into 100,000 different parts and you don't know who you are anymore. So this work is here for all of us, and that's why I call it adulting. And in this first round of Your Thing, Sure Thing, you get me with you to ask and answer all of your questions, because this is a beta round, because I have created this content over 8 months. But in this round, you get to ask me anything you want, and I will do you a recording and a training and a process and a workbook and whatever it is that you need for that. So we start on the 15th of October, and the first step is to know somewhere inside you, somewhere in your belly, that you're ready to learn who you really are and learn to love it, learn to love whatever you find, or change it until you do, and become someone that you're sure of. Because whilst there are still areas of my life, of course, that I don't know about, that I don't feel confident in, that I'm not 100% sure of, one thing that I am sure of is that wherever I go, I am, and that I love me, that I'm here for me, that I've got my back. And I would love that for you, because it's such a great feeling to know that you're okay. Because once that thing's done, that you can get on with the rest of your life. You can get on with being a really fun human, having a really nice time and helping other people and exploring. And there are so many more things available to you than this internal struggle of like, am I enough? Am I sure of who I am? Am I okay? What would your life be like if you knew that you were okay? If you were sure of that? What would you do next? What would you do with it all? And I'd love to know the answers to those questions. So yeah, please tag me, ask me questions, share this video with anyone that you think is in that place right now of just not feeling sure of who they are. If you look at them and you think, wow, you're an awesome human, I wish you knew that, please share this with them, because this program is for them. Thank you. Thank you, Tessa.